Hi everyone, in the previous sessions we have gone through about the looping statements, that is nothing but the for loop and the while loop. In the today's session we are going to discuss about jumping statements in Python, which is little bit related to the looping statements. So here the jumping statements are nothing but where it alters the flow of the program. Well, for suppose I have some list of elements like 1, 2, 3 and 10. Where I have these list of elements like 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 and 10. So now I want to print these elements with the help of for loop, but I have a condition with the help of for loop. But I have a condition. I want to print only 1, 2, 3, but not the 10. So in this case, I'll use these jumping statements in Python. So I only want the output as 1, 2, 3, and I don't want to print 10 in my output. In this case, I'll use the looping statements, nothing but the jumping statements in Python. So here we have two jumping statements. One is break and the other is continue. So the break will stops the execution of a for loop and it comes out of the loop. There in that case we will use the break statement. When it comes to the continue statement, where we want to skip only the single iteration, here it skips only the current iteration and moves to the next iteration in the loops. So for better understanding, we have a practical session on it. Without any further delay, let's get started. So jumping statements are nothing but which stops the which stops or alters the flow of the program. So actually we have two jump statements. One is break and the other is continue. So break statement basically stops the flow of the program and quits from the loop. Whereas continue stops or skips only the current iteration and moves to the next iteration based on the given condition. So let's see with an example. For suppose we have some list of elements like lit equal to 12, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I want to print only 12, 3, 4 and 5, but not 6 and 7. In this case we will use break statement. where we stop the iteration and comes out of the loop. Let's see with the for loop. For lit 1, or else we'll change as ele in lit. So I want to print only till 5. So I'll write if ele equal to 5, then stop my execution. Else print the ele, print the element. The element is, the ele is, okay. And let us have another print statement. I am outside the loop after the break. So if I run this, it will gives me the output as 12, 3, 4. For suppose if we want 5 as an 5 also in my output, then I'll include if element equal to 6, then stop the loop and come out of the loop and print the statement. So here you can see, after the printing of fifth element from the list, it shows me I am outside the loop. And after the break, it means when element is equal to 6, then it breaks the for loop completely, and the control is shifted to the print statement. In this way the break works. We can see also another example with the same while condition that we have seen in the looping statements. For suppose I want to stop my while loop when count value is equal to 3. So in that case we will write, first we will take a count variable, so count equal to 0, and using a while loop and giving a condition that the count value must be less than 10. So this is my condition. So in while loop I'll write conditions. So while of count less than or equal to 10. So go inside the loop, here I'll specify some condition. If count is greater than or equal to 3, stop my iteration, else print the count. So here I must increment the count value here. If I don't increment the value, I'll show you the code too, but let me run this. I am executed after the while loop exits. So let's run this program, and you can see the output as 0, 1, 2. So and we will get the output as I am executed after the while loop existed. Here whenever the count value is incremented and whenever the count value reaches above or equal to 3, then the count value gets exit. Then while loop gets break. It means it gets stopped. Because of the condition, due to the condition. So this is how the break works in the for and while. And coming to the count statement, nothing but count jumping statement. I mean nothing but continue, sorry, not count, it is continue. The continue only just skips the iteration as I have mentioned previously. So let's work with the same example and see how the output changes. So here the print will be changed, so the 6 is skipped and the output I'll have is 12, 3, 4, 5 and 7 but not 6. In this case we will use continue statement. In Python. So I'll change it to here continue. Let's see the output and how it changes the output. So you can see only the 6 is not printed, but 7 is also prints after the element. Like you can see 12, 3, 4, 5 but not 6 and 7. So in this case we will use the continue statements in Python. Whenever the element is equal to 6, then it just skip the iteration from the loop and the control is shifted to the, and here the control is shifted to the for loop again. Okay, in the same way the while loop also works. If I change here and if I write continue and it will return smite, and if I run this, it is not printing the other elements like 4 and 5 because the count statement is in the else block. So we need to interrupt this code and we need to write here, so count equal to count plus 1 and return the same code again. So here you can see the output as 1, 2 and 3 is skipped here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we have print statement here. I am executed after the while loop exits. So in this way the jumping statements works in Python. So going back to our presentation, so till now we have seen the practical view on jumping statements in Python. Just moving to the next slide, we have seen the syntaxes we have to discuss about the syntaxes of jumping statements in Python. Here we can already have a look on it. If we use the break in the Python, the control is transferred. It means the control is transferred out of the loop when we use the break statements in Python. In the same case, it works with the while condition too. If we use the break statement, the control is transferred out of the loop. When it comes to the continue jumping statement, the control is transferred to the next iteration because we only just skip the single iteration and moves to the other iteration. Means nothing but I used the condition like count equal to 3, only skip printing this statement. Only skip the printing this statement. You can do other you can do other operations by printing 4, 5, 6 and so on in Python. That's why the control is shifted from continue to the for loop in this syntax. In the same way, the while loop also, the continue control is shifted from continue to while condition in Python. That's all about the today's session, where we have discussed about the jumping statements in Python and have a practical view on it. In the upcoming sessions, we discuss lot more advanced topics. Thank you. Have a nice day. This is Gayatri from Learning and Expertise signing off.